welcome back. Okay, as usual, let me make sure this is streaming. Okay, much better. Okay, so let's head over here. Real quick, guys, as usual, let's show Streambeat some love. This is the lo-fi version of it. Also, check out our Facebook page. That would be great. Oh, there's my friend right there. And then also, today is a really big milestone for our team. We finally uploaded our first video, which is Astrocats Captain's Logs #1. It is limited animation, so please bear with us. Normally, I'm the one with the animation background, but I can't do everything. So currently right now, I'm just drawing as many of the assets as possible. Lord Byron, who is our writer, he wanted to stab at animating, and he wanted to also do some editing. So he's currently doing that. And then Mr. Hotley, he is our audio person. So, please show it some love. Like I said, really big milestone today. So we're pretty excited. And so that, rock on. Now, normally I do this in Photoshop, on Clip Studio Pro. But there's certain things about Clip Studio Pro that is just not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce over to Photoshop. Oh, excuse me. I'm predominantly a Photoshop user anyway. Let me find my file real quick. Assets, puppet show. Okay, so let me show you guys what I'll be using. So this right here is what you guys have seen in the puppet show. This was something that I whipped out really quick. Let me show you guys the setup, the original sketch. So I did it in analog. So this features a background, a midground, and a foreground. So the background will be like the planets in the space. Hey, meow, meow. The midground will be the room, and then the foreground will be the laptop with the desk kind of deal. All right, so there is the midground done in Adobe Illustrator. There is the foreground, and then that is everything put together. And then the background is 2 layers. You got the planets, and then you have like the actual galaxy space spectrum itself. Okay, so I'm going to be using this as reference. I'm going to post this right here to the side. I always like having my reference available. It's good for you. Yes, meow, meow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this in Photoshop. So that way I have my size reference. Let me turn off my Windows. I do not need my timeline. Control 0. Image size. I always try to make sure, yeah, this works out. So it's, okay. So this is fine just the way it is. I don't care that it is kind of crazy at the moment. I'm going to drop the opacity to 30%. Create a new layer. Drop it down. Fill it with white. Okay, and I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to lock it, and then I'm going to lock this layer over here as well. Okay, so I just realized that is part of my screen missing? Let me check what I got going on here. No, it's streaming. Okay. I got like so many tabs open, it's not even funny, guys, so you gotta bear with me. So the objective of this is it's gonna be Scully and Hobbes coming in, and they're reporting for so originally I was calling something different. It was like Captain Hobbes and the Astrocats. It's gonna be a separate show. These little audio shorts are gonna be Captain's Log. So it's pretty much just going through the reports, and when you get into management, you don't get to see the shenanigans on the ground. She's just kind of reading the reports. So it's just her kind of doing the day-to-day management, and then trying to practically be a manager, which is a glorified babysitter for adults. Okay, so she had to deal with it. So in this episode, Goey is actually on leave, so her persona is featured as a chair. It's just the fear of her presence. It's just the empty chair, and then you have Hobbes and Scully pretty much freaking out what it could be. Like, they're reporting and she's not there, and they don't know why she's late. All right, so I don't want to give out too many spoilers because it's actually a really funny skit. But I did come up with additional assets for this. So let me find this. Let me go over here, characters. So I'm going to borrow my stills. I just made a new batch of fresh stills. I'm going to be I write. Okay, and this is just for reference. There we go. So that's going to be one. And then let me get one of Scully. Let me go over here. And these are some of the new fresh posters that you might have seen me posting on the Facebook page. If you're following us on the Facebook page. and not giving any spoilers away. And then let me go to Scully. Sorry guys, I'm looking at my screen. As you can see, I'm not in my usual location. I finished painting the house, but the problem is I'm gonna have some massive repairs done within like a week. So I didn't want to risk moving my station back to the room to then move it back and accidentally dropping my tower. So I moved everything back where it needs to be, and then as soon as I do that big repair, then I will move my station to its final destination. But for right now, I'm just leaving the room. That's what there is, so much lighting going on in the background, and it's fine. Okay, so let me head over here. Let me find the post that I want. Okay, and what do I want? What do I want? Okay, I'll borrow this one for Scully. Did it come over? Oh, I know why it didn't come over, because Photoshop is still waiting for me to confirm. There we go. Now I can put this in here. Okay, so this is going to be the shot. You got Hobbes and Scully. They're talking to each other. They're going to be in the room. And you gotta keep in mind, you're gonna have the action save, you got title save and action save areas. So that's normally right here. I'm kind of making this widescreen. These are just gonna be for references. Okay, so right now what I really want to sketch out is what this room is going to look like. So I'm gonna grab these two right here, select them, selection tool, 30%, and then I'm gonna lock them. And then I'm gonna Control Shift N to create a new layer, and I'm gonna call this BG Sketch. Okay, so now I have my canvas of where I want to be working on my stuff. And I'm just going to simply use a pencil. Did my music stop? Yes, it is. Oh, what's sadness? Let me pick something new. Give me a second. Show stop? There aren't that many channels to pick from, so I ain't going to lie. There we go. That seems kind of chill. Yeah, groovy. Yeah. Yeah. All right, there we go. So let's close that out. Sorry, I have a lot of tabs open, and I'm just making sure that things are kind of doing what they need to do. Okay, so from here, what I want to do is a couple things. So this is going to be a background sketch, and then right here, so it's going to be foreground, midground, background. So the background is going to be fairly simple. Let me go back to that photograph for my reference. Okay, so it's going to be that same room from a different angle. So the first thing I want to establish is, don't mind me guys, just so many. My menu went to the other side. Like I said, my menus are everywhere because I'm constantly bouncing between both of these. Let's go ahead. This is a really tiny screen, so bear with me. Let's do, I like that. There we go. So that's kind of like a starting point, and then there is a window behind them. And again, you're just trying to draw the room from a different angle. And then right here, we're gonna have the door. Okay, and then back here, what I want is, let me see, there's a couple ways I could do this. So this is going to be the door, that's going to be the window, there's going to be like some space back here, you know, there's going to be some galaxies or something like that back there. Okay, so back here, what I want to have is this one portrait, and most of these are going to be, if you've ever been to somebody's office, most of them will have like photographs or their achievements. You'll see like a portrait of them or something. It'd pretty much just be Goey looking, Goey-ish. It'll be her pose back here, but it'll be kind of like a watered down. It's gonna be pushed back. And then right here, you may show like some awards. And then the one thing that happens here is that there's going to be a speaker between them. So this is a good question. Let me unlock these. And then this allows me to bring the background back down. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to add a speaker up here. Now, I'm kind of cutting it close, though, because... So this is going to be like a speaker up here. And the speaker will make sense if you know the storyline, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it this very simple, kind of 70s retro chic, where it's got like the circular stuff to it. Okay, so that brings me back to this. So this is the background. I'm going to save this. Let me find a new saving spot for this. Let me go to Astrocats, Assets. I put it back here, new folder, Shorts BG, Office View, I don't know, Office View 2, Office View Shorts. I'm just gonna call it that right now. There we go. All right, cool. Just gotta make sure it's saved. I'll figure out the file orientation a little bit later. Okay. So now, this is the background, the characters to the midground, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna create a new layer, Control-Shift-N, and this is gonna be her chair. Now her chair is kind of important. We see her, if I go back to her stills, let me find her. General GUI, let me find her stills. She is mainly sitting down. And I'm gonna bring her in. If you see episode 1, you know what this is. Okay, so she's mainly sitting down a really basic chair. So I'm gonna use this as a ref, and I'm gonna put it right here on the side. Control-Shift-N, create a new layer, and I'm gonna call this chair. Okay, and then from there, I'm gonna start sketching this chair. So again, the fact that she's not there makes this even funnier. And it's just going to be the top of the chair. In fact, I'm just going to draw the whole chair, even though I might only see part of it. And that's okay. Because this way, this is a full asset that I'll be able to use down the line. And this is going to be a really fancy chair. It's going to have the crest, the comf crest. And I'm currently designing as I'm going through. Yes, I'm not using your traditional layouts. Okay, there's the cushion. And then right here. And actually, if I really look at this, these don't stand out very much. So let me head over here. Yeah, and by the way, guys, sorry about yesterday. I wasn't available. I was helping out some friends that I had to run to urgent care with them. So that's one of those things. It don't matter what I do. I always help people that are very kind to me. These folks are super kind, and they really needed my help. And so they're doing much better today, so I was really happy that I was able to assist them. But that's why I wasn't on yesterday. I was originally planning to do this, and then by the time I got home, it was like 9:30. I was sitting in urgent care for probably an hour, 2 hours. Late at night, you guys know that for me, I'm crapping down by 9 o'clock. So yes. So, I'm pretty happy that they're feeling a lot better today. I just checked on them this morning. Okay, so this is my objective right here. So I have this chair. Okay, it's going to be in the foreground. So it's an asset I'll be able to use later. Okay. So it's going to look like this. Here is GUI's chair. And then there is Hobbes, and there is Scully, there's the background, and then there's going to be a fourth character that we won't physically see, but we will hear about. So, and that's going to be coming right through the speaker. All right. Yes. Yes, let's go ahead and save this. Okay. So now that I have this, I can... Let me save this. File, save as. I should be able to bring this over. Yeah, so I'm just going to save this right here. Cancel. Okay, so save this. And then let's go to Adobe Illustrator. Sketches. Assets. Why can I not wake up? Lord. No, I don't want to give you feedback. Cancel. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this. I want to open into layers. Okay, let me make sure it opens up. Okay, there we go. So now we're in Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to minimize Adobe Photoshop. And by the way, this is some little fun poster stuff that I've been working on the side. Yes, it's not posted anywhere, but it's one of those things, again, as I've been telling you guys, we're trying to come up with some ideas for convention exclusive merch. Mainly to say thank you to all the fans that, you know, come out and supported the show from the beginning. Okay, so from here, now that I have this, I'm going to go ahead and I am... Okay, and keep in mind, guys, we don't have a lot of fans yet. They're mainly all centric to North Carolina. Because that's where we started at. Will you please open? Open. Okay, why are you not opening? There we go. Okay. There we go. So this would allow me to borrow some of the colors and stuff. Okay, so one of the things that I could do right here, why work harder when I can work smarter? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create Control L and create a new layer. And I'm going to grab all this reference and put it in here. This is for now. I don't need Hobbes and Scully. Okay, and at the moment, I don't need that as well. This is going to be called Ref. Okay, and then I'm going to create Control L, creates a new layer. And then the first thing I'm going to start with is with the background. BG, I'm going to call this space. If only I could spell, because apparently I cannot spell for beans. Okay, space. Okay, and office view, shorts, there we go, let's save. There we go, sweet. Okay, I got layers for the layers for the layers, yo. Okay, and let's head over here. Let's borrow this background. And again, I could either just kind of try to do it on my own, or I could try to rebuild it. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to head over here and I am going to paste it. E to rotate. I kind of want this to be a little bit backwards. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's go ahead and lock that up. Why do you have a stroke? And let's go ahead and take that out, please. Okay, as for the planets, I still like that cheese looking planet. So I'm going to create a new, planet. And I'm going to borrow it from over here. And I can actually draw more planets if I want. It's really not that hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this off as well. I'm going to use the pencil tool and actually N. And I'm going to earn myself some fun little shapes. So closest is fine. Okay. And I'm going to take out a couple chunks here. And there's a couple things I could do here with this. It's the only thing I hate about the pencil tool. Sometimes it closes and then sometimes it just says nay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, sweet. Okay, so let's go ahead. minus. Let's remove this. And let's go ahead, select all these. Minus, 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 minus. Okay, plus. Oh my god, for the love of Pete. Yes, there we go. I think goes for you over here. Okay, and then these right here, what do I want to do with these? Man, I'm hungry already. I had like the best ramen earlier today. Met a new friend and we had ramen and it was the shit. It was amazing. Loves it. Yeah, I love meeting new people. Like it's funny because like I'm a kind of undercover introvert. Like I'm kind of introverted, but every once in a while I just need to socialize. And I meet people from all walks of life. I enjoy really learning about other folks, what they do, you know, make connections, you know. Life's too short to just kind of sit there and do nothing, you know. All right, now let's head over here and pick some kooky colors. So what do we have over here? Okay, I'm gonna... okay, so I am going to borrow, if we go to the gradients option, let me see. Sometimes they have like pre-made gradients. I don't think they do this time around. Where's my gradient option? There's my swatches. Wow. Where are my gradients? God, I can tell my eyes are going bad because I can't find... Okay, my gradient is clearly open. Windows. Gradients. Where are you? Gradient. Okay. I don't see you. Okay, brushes, graphics, stroke, line, paragraph, not using that. Transform, properties, color light brushes, colors, transparency, draw. Where is my gradients? See, Control F9. Windows, gradients. I don't see a difference. Where on earth are my gradients? What the what? Okay, so when all fails, we need to... Somehow I made it worse. There we go. Okay, let's go back to Essential Classics. Let's reset. There we go. There we go. There you are. Okay, that's properties. Properties is okay, but I really don't use it. And I just saw you. There you are. Jeez Louise. Okay, so let's borrow. Let's head over here. Borrow some color, which not a lot at the moment. Okay, where is my swatches? Stroke transparency. Ugh, this was so much easier back in the day. Swatches, library, give me some web colors. Now web colors showed up in my other screen. Okay, and I want to keep, you always want to keep these kind of like separate because when you try to use, I don't know why, it won't it won't do both of them at the same time. Okay, let's do some mint and let's do this nonsense over here. And let's do orange and then some random like blue over here. Like some really trippy stuff. And then let's make it like radial. Okay, that looks horrible. He's not the first one to admit it, you know. Okay, that does not look hot in any form or shape. So let's go ahead and remove that. Okay, that actually looks kind of interesting, so I kind of like that. So let's go ahead and now grab these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these. I'm going to turn it to a darker tone, inverse selection. So there you go. Let's do that right there. So it looks like there's some little holes in there. And then these right here, I'm going to grab these two. And I'm going to go to my Pathfinder. Windows, Let me head down. What is it? Symbols, transparency, transform. Alignment, pathfinder. There we go. Let's punch some of these holes out. And not to worry that things are disappearing in the foreground. Oops. Oops, let me move you up. Control Shift bracket. Grab this and let's punch that out. And then I'm going to move that to the back. So it gives it like a pretty interesting kind of look. Like I said, this is not perfection. I kind of want to give it like a nuclei kind of look. Like science class, where you see like the little amoebas kind of floating around kind of deal. And then as for stroke, let's give you a... now let's keep it like a dark blue. There we go. Kind of like that. Now that's an interesting looking planet in my opinion. You know, it's kind of like translucent. No one else has to get it, nor do I care. It's just me making some BS up, to be quite honest. I'm going to select all this, Control G. And then I'm going to hit F7. And then this is going to be my planet. Why? Because planets for your planets, yo. Look at that. That looks kind of neat. Just this amoeba kind of floating out in mid. So it's either that or really messed up pancake. It's okay. Like I said, I'm not expecting anything crazy. Okay, so I'm going to grab these two. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn back on my reference. And this is going to take me to the midground. And then I'm going to turn off space. I don't need that. I don't need the dash, but I do need this. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna grab these, copy, and I'm gonna create a new layer. I'm gonna hit paste, and I'm gonna paste it back here because these are the colors I'm gonna be using for reference. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit tab. All right, cool, so I can see. All right, so first thing is first, I'm gonna borrow these colors over here. And I'm gonna call this ref. Make sure you label your layers. For the love of Pete, label your layers. It's like the first thing that I teach. All right, cool beans. Then from here, I'm gonna go down here. And I'm gonna borrow that. That's gonna be my floor. And for right now, I'm just gonna build with just basic colors. I'm not even gonna go ahead and go too crazy. I'm just trying to get some stuff in here. So this is basic shape. Then I'm gonna alt drag, create another shape. This is gonna create most of the background there. Then I'm gonna alt drag, oops. And then I don't need you. You guys can go bye-bye. I'm gonna put you over here somewhere. Where's my X? Can I not? Wow, I can't close that out. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so now from here, I'm going to create yet another rectangle tool. What just happened? Okay, come on. Create another rectangle. And then round up those edges just a smidget. And then I'm going to Control-C, Control-Shift-V to paste in place. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that gives me the doorway. And again, a lot of this is going to get cropped out, so I am not that worried about it. Okay, so from there, we're going to head over here. I'm going to create some picture frame nonsense. I'm going to hit M again. And then I'm going to hit A, round up those corners a little bit. Control-C, Control-Shift-V to paste in place. And I'm going to minimize this a little bit. Okay, so again, it gives me that. So now I have the foreground, background. And then this right here is going to have, I'll figure out something to put there. And then I'm going to grab this, select these two shapes, G to group. And then I'm going to drag down here. And I can either try to recycle this down here, which would be great. This is going to be like Goey's big portrait moment. Okay, so I'm going to put that over there. So that's not too bad. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit A just to round out those corners a little bit. Control-Shift-V. And there we go. So now we have the inside window, outside window. And if I really want to get fancy, I'm going to go Control-C, Control-Shift-V to paste in place. And then I'm going to create an inside lip. And then part of this, it won't be seen. This is going to be implied. Okay, so the last thing I need to build is this right here. Okay, I need to create a rectangle. And then I'm going to round off the edges just a smidget. L for ellipse. I'm going to select these two right here. I really need to lock these layers. That's okay. Select these two. Where's my alignment? Let's align them to each other. Okay. So now I can go over here and start kind of breaking things down. Let's hit D. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's start with some basic stuff here. I am going to grab this object. This is the window. I'm going to duplicate this. And the one that I really want to punch out. All right, hold on, give me a second. Where is, I see the door. Where's the rectangle? There we go. So that gives me the rectangle there. And then this I'm going to bring forward. So that gives me the floor. That right there is fine. It's the window. I need to punch a hole through the window. So I'm going to grab this shape right here. I'm going to Control-Shift-V, paste. Okay, where are you? I'm going to select you. And then I am going to turn off the shape right behind it. And then I'm going to punch a hole right through that. And then Control-Shift-V, paste it again. And then I'm going to select the one right behind it. Did it do it for multiple? Alright. Hold on, this one right here is a little confusing. Give me a second. Okay, so this is, I need to label these. That's what, opening. Okay, so we got that. Then that's the actual. Okay, so did I duplicate the wrong one? Nope. Okay, so hold on. Okay, making sure. Okay, that's what it was. It's out of order. That's why I couldn't get it right. Control shift forward. Okay, now I select this. Okay, this is opening. Good. Control Shift D. Duplicate. Excuse me. Control Alt V to duplicate. Why am I failing at this today? Okay. Control C. Control Shift Alt V to paste in place. There we go. My word. Okay, now let's go ahead and punch this out. Punch. Okay, Control Shift Alt V, paste again. Select these. So let's select that and this rectangle back here. And that. And then let's go ahead and punch out. There we go. So that should give me. Okay, somehow I'm getting myself lost. I should not get lost in here. Okay, so now we can grab this opening itself, duplicate it one more time, keep the original. I'm going to select this and I'm going to select the background. I'm going to punch a hole out. Ugh. Why can't I? There's some days I mess myself up so bad because of this layer structure. Okay, so let me do something real quick. Let me do some cleanup here. What is this? This is frame. Okay. Come on. Frame 1. Frame 2. Okay. Lock. They'll see you. Okay. What we got over here? G. This is door. Let's go ahead and lock that out. And then what do we got going here? That is BG or wall. So we're going to need that. And then what we got going on here? It looks like I have multiples, so I gotta be careful here. Okay, so we have base, W for window. Okay, these two need to be together if this is what I think they are. Yep. So these two need to be selected together. G, this is speaker. Okay, so let's leave that alone. And then did it not group? Son of a biscuit. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ah! It's just floor. Okay, I don't need you. This is where I was getting myself messed up. For the love of Pete. Okay. Now, that frame's done. What about you? That frame's done. What about you? Okay, you need to punch out a hole back here. Punch. There we go. For the Jesus Christ. Okay. So now I need to grab this wall and push it back. There we go. Alright, we got it. Derp, derp, derp. I have those days sometimes where my brain just does not work. And that is okay. That is okay. Okay, so let's head over here. Okay. Okay, so now I can do some serious sampling. So the floor, I'm gonna eye drop, select. Okay, and then the wall, I'm gonna eye drop. There we go. And what I'm gonna do is, I don't really want this. Where is my gradient? Okay, I just want regular gradient. And I mainly want it to be these colors right here. Why do you keep going back? Terrible. Okay, let's leave it like that for now. Not a big deal. Okay. 7, bring back my layers. Okay, and then from here, let's sample the windows. Okay, for the frame, for the interior, okay, let's do that right there. Good. It's coming along. And then let's select this gray back here for the filler. And there we go. That would be like the doorway. Let me see if I like this a little bit better. Kind of like that a bit better, to be quite honest. Okay, now over here, the background's fine. The doorway, I'm going to shrink down the strokes on this. There is such a thing as having too much stroke in here. Okay, so let's grab these two groups right here and we're going to align them. And I'm going to align them to... it should give me the option to align to artboard. And then we're going to center this. There we go. That way they're nice and centered, both of them. Okay, I'm going to head over here and I am going to turn that off right there. So it's just standard. Same thing goes with these guys. I'm not putting a border on you. Okay. And then, so now, this should be good. Okay, the windows should be 1, 2. Okay, I need to select these. Window, up, midground. When did I hit caps lock? Window frame. Okay, floor. And I'm going to remove the stroke off from the floor. Actually, let's keep that stroke back on, but let's go ahead and drop it down to like 0.25. Okay, maybe I'll do this instead. So what I need to do is go to my swatches. Oh, good. They're already in there. Excellent. Okay, and I'm going to go to my stroke and I'm going to borrow you instead. And then let's go ahead and There we go. So it kind of gives me that. So if everything worked out well, all right, we should have this. So turn that off. Okay, and I still have, why do I still have white in there? What am I missing? Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Not a lot of space, but you know, whatever. It's an improvised background. All right. So with this done, this is trash. I don't want to use you anymore. Okay. So we got midground. This is the reference. This is the actual background. There we go. I'm gonna always push the reference to the top so you can always find it. So we got midground, background. And then what we need to do in the foreground was that chair. And then before we move forward, we can actually do this real quick. We can grab these two right here. Move into the foreground so we can test out how this is going to look like with our characters there. And what is kind of interesting is that you have to get used to when you're doing certain things, you got to be able to push your background back so that way the colors are not competing with your characters. But at this point right now, it's something that we can do visually when we're doing a composite. I'm just gonna try to pump stuff out really quick at the moment. I know, bad Anna. No, we won't fix it in post. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay. All right, so this will be have our characters for reference here. And then the last thing we need is the chair. Okay, this chair is going to be ginormous by comparison, so I'm going to turn everything else off. I just need the chair. Okay, and this I need to turn into a template. So that way I can easily trace over it. For this part right here, I'm going to go on the reference. And do I have my desktop here? Yes, I do. Okay, I'm gonna borrow this, copy, and I'm gonna head on the reference, and I'm gonna paste it up here. Now what I wanted, it did not do what I asked it to. Select, oh, it's because it was locked. Okay, copy. What do you mean there's not enough memory? Are you serious? Okay. Copy. Cannot copy, there isn't enough memory. What? That cannot be right. Weird. I have never gotten this error before. This is interesting to me. Let me see. Can I bounce it over? It will not let me. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll trash this, create a new layer, and then I'm going to see if I can grab this now. I have never seen that error before. That's new. Because Illustrator files tend to stay very small. I wonder because I have Hobbes and Scully and all these layers in here that it doesn't like it. So let's try that. Let's get rid of the assets for now. Or at least the main reference. I don't need that. I might have to just kind of fudge this a little bit. This is not turning out like I expected, and sometimes that happens with software. You just have to kind of like keep trying, work around, keep trying, working out. You know, it is the name of the game. Okay, so let's try this again. Copy. Wow, I've never seen that before. Okay, I will research that error, but not at this moment. Again, part of the joys of being in production. Okay. So first of all, let's go ahead and build. Okay, let's go ahead and select this. No fill. I'm going to round out those edges. Then I'm going to duplicate right across. Like I said, I'm not worried if this is perfect or not at this point. And don't worry, I'll reset my strokes. Right now it's set up that anything that is duplicate it or enclose or anything, it would just kind of automatically increase the stroke of the object. Alright, let's select these two right here. Let's go ahead and align them to each other. Oh, it aligned them to the stage. Boo. Want to align them to each other. Align. Align to selection. Yes, please. There we go. Ugh, I don't know about you guys, but man, like, it's been bad in Texas. Like, these allergies are freaking murder. I know quite a few people that are sick from it, and no, it's not COVID related. It's just murder. It's just this weather's just been obnoxious. Okay, let's select that. Right now I'm just trying to, like I said, I want to give this kind of like a hand fill look. I could make this really like precise and sterile, but that's not quite the look that we're going for. We kind of want to give it like this kitschy, kind of organic look to it. So nothing's really perfect. I do need to change this color. Good lord, no. There we go, and I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, Control Shift back. Let's select this right here. Control G, default. There we go. Okay, so from that, let's go ahead and work on our background. Go, doing that right there. Okay, so from here I need to make some precautions. Take some precautions. That's a group. Let's select all three of these. Let's go ahead and align them, center them. They'll center with each other. And select these two right here. There we go. And then let's go ahead and push this handle inside. Yeah. What did I just do? There we go. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so there's the chair for Goey. These need to go all the way in the back. These are her handles from her chair. Why? Oh. That's why. There we go. So I was looking at this and I kind of wanted it to be like, it looks like it's kind of sticking in, but not quite. Excuse me, guys. Okay, let's go over here. There we go. We got that right there. Let's go ahead and move that forward. That group. Okay, let's move this. There we go. So now I can select all this, hit D for default, so it gives me all the colors. And then I could go ahead and start borrowing some of the tones here. So I don't understand why it won't let me do this. It's crazy. Like, I never seen it do this before. So let me save this real quick. Chair. Let me grab this right here. Let me untemplate this. Why can I not untemplate you? Oh, because I locked you up. Remove the template. Trash. Then... okay, that should be it right there. Actually, these might already be in my swatches. Yes, they are. Okay. So let's go in here. It's my shells. Okay, not too bad. And then pretty much the rest of this can be like a grayish tone. So I'm gonna grab the shells and remove it to that. And then the edge up here, I'm gonna turn it to a lighter tone so it kind of gives it dimension. As for the arms, not to worry about, because you got to keep in mind that because our spines are set up like in an S curve, there's always going to be a tilt back a little bit more in the chair, because if it was a straight erect L shape, like when you sit on it, you'd be like this, and it's very uncomfortable. So there's always going to be a slight tilt back to your chair. As for the arms, they're going to stay flat. That's not much of a big of a deal. Now, as for this right here... let me go in here. Let's go ahead and let's hit the to top. Let's duplicate it. And what I want to do with the duplication, I want to shrink this down a little bit. And the reason why I want to do that is that if an item is tilting back, there's going to be a little bit of, see, that gives it a little bit more dimension now. The one at the base is kind of bolted to the bottom of the chair, so I'm not that worried about it. But the one here, yes. Okay, so now that that's all together, Control G to group together. There we go. So now we have Goey's chair as an asset. So let's take a look at everything that we've built. So there's Goey's chair, there's the midground, there's the background. Now the background, I still want to keep it split in two. So I'm going to put planet back out here, and I'm going to put space back here. So this is just for a placeholder. So now we have all our assets, and we're to put it together. This works out pretty good. So, oh my God, my nose is bothering me. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. All right, so let's go ahead and save this real quick. So let me make sure that I am saving in my folder. I'm going to put this away. Nope. Okay, so this is the idea that I have right here, where I grab this chair and I'm gonna push it back. Now, here's the one thing that I did forget to do though. Okay, so this is actually pretty neat. In order to give the illusion that this item is kind of closer, you want to kind of thicken out the outline a little bit. So what I could do is I could go here, duplicate the layer. I'm gonna select this and I'm gonna turn this into one shape, one ginormous shape. Now from there, I can go ahead and I can increase the stroke just a little bit because it's the base. And you see how that thickens out the stroke on it, making it look like it's in the foreground. Okay, is there a little bit of cleanup that I need to do? Absolutely. Such as right here. Why are you doing that? So let's turn this off real quick. Let's take a look what's going on here. What's causing that peak? There we go. There we go. So it's a really simple cheat, but it works. And now notice how this object pops from the scene. And then when I select both of these, this is now part of a group. And then when I move it in the scene, it's going to look like this. So we have the chair in the foreground, and then we got the midground, and then we have the background. Okay, so yes. So let's go ahead and export this. Now, I have a couple ways to do this. I can either leave it all in one scene and export one at a time, which is it's kind of okay. It's not very efficient, but it's a really good way for you to keep track whatever you're doing. So let's go ahead and do that. You can also set it up in different artboards and then try to export it that way. You do file, export, artboards, PNG, and export is that way. So let's go file, export, export as, and I'm gonna put this Goey's chair back. In this case, I don't want to use the artboard. I want it to fit specifically around the chair because I want to be in solo asset. I'm going to hit OK. Okay, so that's the chair being exported. And then remember, you want to make sure you export with transparency. Export, export as. Okay, I'm going to go over here, midground. In this case, again, I do not want to use the artboard. Which menu? There we go. I guess I could use the artboard. Let's do that. File. So that way it actually use artboard. Yes. And I'm gonna replace it because I don't want to have these right here go through there. Okay, this is my weird planet. File. Export. Export as, and this is gonna be planet. In this case, I don't want it to use the artboard because I don't want it to save and it'll be all this like transparency on the side. And then for the last one, let's just do the gradient. Nothing flashy. File, export, export as. In this case, we're gonna use the artboard space. There we go. Export. There we go. Okay, and the last thing that I want to do, this is for my personal reference. And again, the good part is about this asset is that it can be reused and moved around however it's needed. So file, export, export as, and in this case, I'm going to export a JPEG. And I'm going to use the artboard. And I'm going to hit OK. This is all RGB. Yes, and I'm going to hit OK. All right, so far not so bad. I mean, we're like, what, like an hour worth of work? Ah, where's my clicker? Okay, yeah, so we're about an hour worth of work. Good Lord. Okay, so let's look at our end results, shall we? So I'm gonna head over here. Here is the background. So that is pretty much what the final shot's gonna look like. You're gonna have Hobbes and Scully next to each other. And then over here, you have space. You have the nucleus kind of germy kind of planet, which is cool. Then you have the midground. This one I'm gonna trash. And then there's the asset of the chair by itself. So all in all, pretty good, okay? So not bad for an hour's worth of work. All right, so with that, that's pretty much where I'm going to stop today for Astrocats. I am probably just going to play my game. I'm still getting used to this. Like, the sun doesn't go down as early as I wanted to. I might actually just sketch instead of playing Valheim. I really want to get some sketching done. As you guys know, I've been working on my own comic book as well. So this is pretty much where I'm at. But like ever since I hurt my thumb, I kind of realized it's getting a little harder for me to draw analog because I have to apply pressure on my thumb. So this is gonna be tough finishing this book. Like it still hurts right here. Like I said, I don't think I fractured anything, but some of the tendons are probably still sore. So that's one of the things that I gotta keep in mind. But anyway, guys, so with that, I always appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. And yeah, see ya.